arrive at the point where we will worship Satan, carry out his decrees, or be killed. That's what Revelation 13:15 says. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So he's going to have an image. He wants direct worship. Satan even tried to get Christ to worship him. You see, he requires our obedience. That's quite strange when he is the ultimate icon of a disobedient rebel. You see him trying to get Christ to worship him in Matthew 4:8. Again, the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain, and showed him all the kingdoms of the world, and the glory of them, and said unto him, All these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. See, that's what he wanted, worship. And Christ said in verse 10, then said Jesus unto him, Get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, Thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve. Then the devil leaveth him, and behold, angels came and ministered unto him. Now you know how it is that some people start out with nothing in some poor village somewhere, and in a few short years they become millionaires or even billionaires. If you are prepared to sell yourself, fame, fortune, and great skill can be yours. Many of the sports that you look at are not necessarily just a matter of human diligence and training and effort, I assure you. When Matthew 6:24 we are told, No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon. You have to choose. We have always had to choose. From the time of Eden, Adam and Eve had to choose, Exodus, right through Revelation, we have to choose. In order to have worship, Satan set up a worldwide system, an organized worldwide system, with clearly defined rules on how and when he is to be worshipped. You see, every instruction that the eternal God has given has a satanic counterfeit. In Genesis, the eternal God decreed the Sabbath was the day of rest. Satan then decreed Sunday as the day on which he required worship. That is what Sunday is all about. It is the mark of Satan. It has nothing to do with the resurrection, just as Easter and Christmas have nothing whatsoever to do with Christ. Check it out. Check out our website. Tell me how many times you find the word Christmas in your Bible. You will not find it. Tell me how many times you find the word Easter. In the King James Bible you'll find it there once. But it is about 27 times, I think it is, that the same word is translated Passover. So at that time it should be translated Passover as well. You see, it really doesn't matter in the slightest whether you agree or disagree. These are simple facts, and you can check it out for yourself. Because of the worldwide focus on sun worship for thousands of years, I have the personal feeling that Satan's throne might well be in the sun. If you want people to worship you, you want them to look at you, don't you? You don't want them looking elsewhere. Doesn't make sense, does it? You want people to focus on you. Many Christian churches face the east and are designed so that the morning sun comes through the stained glass windows. That's what it is. And usually they have all sorts of images and sunburst signs and all the rest of it. cathedrals are not built that way by accident. This is by design. And I just mentioned these sunburst designs. You see them on floors, carpets, garments, religious paraphernalia. Think it out. Check through your church, your organization. For thousands of years, many non-Christian groups and pagans, and other types for that matter, have ceremonies that face the rising sun. Their buildings or large stone erections also are precisely built so that the sun features in their worship. This is sun worship. Well, Satan also demands blood sacrifice. We have stated that many times in our documents. This is a counterfeit to the sacrifices of the Old Testament, which prefigures Christ's awesome sacrifice and death on our behalf. You see, Christ died in our stead because all have sinned. Satan does not in any way, shape or form claim that he is going to suffer and die for anyone. Rather, he demands that those who serve him, particularly in his inner circle, kill, and by that I mean take human life. This is carried out on small scales and big scales, covert and overt operations like 9/11, abortion, wars, murder. It is for this reason that we have said that all these people sent down to Iraq to fight, and the native Iraqi people, are sacrifices to Satan. Some die quickly by direct action, others die very slowly and painfully by depleted uranium. There's nothing depleted about uranium. And see our document by Emmanuel Aney. Excellent. Hard to read. It'll turn your stomach. Delivered from the kingdom of darkness. See our documents on depleted uranium. You see, Emmanuel Aney explains graphically how he killed people as demanded by his satanic evil spirit overlords before he was converted. He had real power. He would call down lightning to take people out, and it would happen. You know, depleted uranium is a masterstroke by Satan. Anywhere on the earth that is used, and it's been used in all the wars now, it's a nuclear weapon. It affects every living organism on the planet. Never think that you're far away from the war so it doesn't affect you. Wrong. The air, the water, the vegetation, and of course the people in the immediate war zone are most directly affected. But everyone else is indirectly affected. And when they return home, they contaminate anyone with whom they come in contact with.